Hello, what's good, guys? It's your boy Ibby Runs, and I hope you guys are looking after yourself. You're taking care of yourself, and you're doing the best you can to just stay present in the present moment. So today, I want to talk about something that a lot of people struggle with. I've struggled personally in the past, and I want to talk to you today about how lust has nearly killed my ambition. Nearly killed my ambition. So, you know, when you are in such a young age of adolescence, you get influenced by certain things. A young age, before you had mobile phones, you know, you would have a go on your laptop just to play little video games, not video games, but computer games, and just see and explore. And you will click a page and you'll click a link to something that is foreign. And when I mean foreign, is something that you're not used to seeing, something you haven't seen before, something that you shouldn't see. You know, before Well, I'm 27, so when I was slightly younger, or the slightly older generation, would be exposed to magazines and things like that. And I'm going along the lines in terms of like Playboy magazine or whatever, and they'll just see a woman's tits. You'll just go in an aisle and you'll just try and have a peep of the magazine to just look, take a good look at it, and that feeling at that time and that moment was a thrill, a fun, excitement. You don't know what's going on. It's just something that builds up in your receptor. It just builds up something in your dopamine from a young age. So skip fast forward to a certain time in your life where you get to your teen years. You get your own mobile phone. Your parents probably buy your phone for Christmas or for your birthday, and you get exposed to that. And in your mind, you're thinking, "Wow, look at this." You know, I get so much access to corn. Corn's giving you some sort of buzz or some sort of feed or excitement. And at those times, for what it was, you know, I don't want to go into it because it's not important. What is important is the message that it will kill your ambition. When you get to a certain age, you know, you start to look at yourself and feel, why do I feel so left behind in my life? Why do I feel depleted? Why do I feel deprived? Why do I have the consciousness of not loving myself? Because me lusting over something is me not showing myself self gratification or self love. So every time I lust over something, a woman, something, you know, anytime you lust over something, it is not giving you the due diligence that you need. It is killing your passion, and also that killing you know, your opportunity with someone that you could potentially be with. And every time you see a woman, whether she's half naked or she's looking appealing, you will always objectify her in a sexual way, and you won't see her for what her beauty is. You'll just see her for her assets, and that's really sad, to be honest, on how you'll degrade yourself to get on that level to degrade a woman. Some do it to look nice, some just do it for attention, but that's not the point. The point is how you are so infatuated and seeing that on a regular basis that you objectify that to your own means, where it becomes your reality, and that reality isn't a reality you want to live. It isn't a reality that's going to get you to where you want to be. It isn't a reality that's going to make you ambitious. If anything, is going to take everything away from you. So if you're interacting with a woman, you're going to interact with her for the wrong reasons. Your intention is going to be for the wrong reasons, and she's going to repel from you because you're in need of something, you're desperate for something. It's going to repel away from you. So when you're at peace within yourself or doing what you have to do to abstain or be within your purpose, driven, focused, consistent, staying healthy, the hunger and the temptations are always going to be there. Don't get it wrong. It doesn't matter how disciplined or how far in your journey or path of life you are. You're always going to get temptations. Yin and yang. There's going to be a balance of everything. But you have to understand that you have to overcome that. You have to replace that temptation or that hunger for something else. that temptation and that hunger that's killing our drive and ambition, you have to use that to endeavor towards your goals and your achievements. So for you to overcome that, you have to really look at your life, look at your loved ones around you, whether you have loved ones or not. If you have loved ones, really look at them. And if you are from a point where you're spiritually not in tune with yourself, you know, whether you're religious or not, just try and go out there, seek information, seek guidance, seek wisdom from the scriptures, the Bible, anything, the Quran, anything that you want to read or indulge in to really, you know, how can I say it? Really express your mind, expand your mind, expand your knowledge, expand your words in terms of the things that you want to do on a consistent basis, and something that I'm doing on a consistent basis. You know, I'm Christian, I read the Bible every now and then. Some days I don't, some days I do. But I do the best I can to try and better myself so I can stay away from these things, because reading scriptures is powerful. Reading the scriptures is powerful, and I do believe it is powerful. But I don't want to take too much away from this video, and I don't want to make this any longer. But the message in this video is, you know, loss will kill your ambition, and just do your best to overcome that feeling. You know, what you can do is you can go for a run, you can go for a walk. Try not to stay in your room for too long, because when you stay in your room for too long, your phone's there and you have access to the sites, whatever, Instagram, Twitter, anything. Do your best to stay away from that, delete that. You know, write your journal, write down your thoughts, write down how you feel about the situation, write down how you feel about what it felt like when you was about to, you know, giving into your temptation, and write down how you abstained from that or ran away from that. Not ran away from it, but just avoided that by saying, you know what, I felt that it was gonna come. I had that feeling, so you know what, you put my shoes on and I just went for a walk. Because you know, you shouldn't feel guilty for that. You should understand to open up and just know within yourself that, yeah, it's just important to just learn from your mistakes and just move forward, because no one's perfect. I'm not perfect myself. You know, we get temptation all the time. But yeah, peace, blessings, love, and guidance, guys. Bless.